All right, good evening, West Texans, all you good fine friendly folks out there who wish you were. Welcome to the daily broadcast, coming to you from the mobile Arcare Studios in Red River, New Mexico. We're at the legendary Bull. That's right. We snuck into Red River. It's a few weeks before everything really gets cranking for the summer season. They wanted you to know that the Bull is ready. Lifts West and our man Billy ready to take care of you just down the street. They've had some great late snow. It's going to make the rivers and the lakes around here absolutely fantastic this year. So as the unofficial ambassador of Red River to Raiderland, here I am back out here to tell you about all the cool stuff going on. We're going to talk, obviously, a lot of Tech baseball tonight, unionization of players coming in college athletics, and then whatever else may be on your mind. It's a whole lot of freeform today. So jump in. All the comments brought to you by United Supermarkets and Market Street. There's one probably where you live, and all you need to know is Market Street, United. Well, some grocery stores around West Texas support Texas Tech in a major way, and then there are other grocery stores. But you already knew that. They take care of all the communication tonight, so whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter Live, you can get your comments in. We'll go through them as we go through tonight. Show today, but in part also by the Shropshire Agency back home in Lubbock. They're independent, just like you West Texans, and they do a great job, whether it's your family, whether it's your business, whether it's your church. Shropshire Insurance will take care of you. So that's what we got going on tonight. Glad you guys are going to hang out with us. I will go as long as the conversation is good and fun. Rumors abound that it is steak night here at Bull of the Woods. You got chicken fry and you get, like ribeye. So whatever you want, they've got you taken care of. That's Thursday nights here at the Bull. Okay, Texas Tech baseball. Is this it? Is this the do or die series after going all year and coming down to the penultimate Big 12 series? And after this weekend, 2 more series left in the regular season, one at Oklahoma State, the team with the best chance of hosting in the Big 12 in the NCAA tournament right now. And then the road trip after that to Tempe, Arizona, where you'll do 2 against the Sun Devils, who aren't going to help you out RPI-wise, and then the same thing with UNLV, 1 against them. So what happens this weekend? That's my question for you. Is this it? Do we find out by Sunday night if Texas Tech has built an NCAA tournament resume or not? What will it take, in your opinion? So you set the scene. Texas Tech has been much better at home, obviously, than on the road. What are those splits right now? Texas Tech at home, 18-5. They're, 22-4, and the road record's 6-11. Oklahoma, they hadn't been bad on the road. They've been great, good at home, 15-11. 9-4 on the road, so it's not like they're giving up a whole lot. They'll start the day and probably the weekend with an RPI at D1Baseball.com of 28, Tech at 38. If the tournament started today, which groundbreaking investigation on our part, it does not, Tech would probably be a 3 seed. And every day I wake up going, man, I don't send Tech baseball to College Station. The only way to ensure that is to get off the 3 line, and it's going to take some doing. So what happens next? What does Texas Tech have to do, in your opinion, to get that done? Damon is absolutely right. The talking box is on. We're in beautiful Red River, New Mexico. A bit breezy today, but that's fine. It was cool going into Cimarron Canyon and watching that temperature drop from about 78, 80 degrees on the old truck dash. By the time we rolled into town, it was 58 on the truck dash. We'll take that even this time of year. CJ says, win the series and take 1 from Oklahoma State. I'm inclined to think that is the probable recipe. But then you can't go wet your pants out there at Arizona State and Tempe. And before anyone gets to it, no, I don't think the Big 12 will matter for this team. You will go to the Big 12 tournament either in or out of the NCAA tournament. We have seen it so many times over the years that, and this is the way the coaches want it, and this is the way the committee structures it, nobody really wants the postseason tournaments to matter. If they could get rid of them, coaches would get rid of the Big 12 baseball tournament. All conference coaches would get rid of their conference baseball tournament. Baseball is different from basketball. I don't know if anybody's noticed that. The ball is much smaller in baseball. The ball is much larger in basketball. Basketball tournament, postseason tournament, conference tournament still has an impact on some seeding and selection. But beyond it, just if you're on the outside of the tournament, going in and winning it and getting the automatic qualifier, it doesn't matter. The committee's not going to reward you. So we look at what CJ says. We ask you again, whether you're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, we'd love to hear from you. Just let us know you're out there and what you're doing and hanging out tonight. What do you think happens? As far as I know right now, rotation will stay the same with Free going on Friday, and he's pitched well in that role. Your guy, obviously Robinson, you're either pitching to avoid a sweep or you're pitching to get a clinch, and you put him out there for the huge Saturday game. And then Mac Hure, who's he's really good in the game until he's not. So we'll see. And this is where you've got to protect the bullpen going into Sunday. And this is where you've got to eat up some innings. This is what you've got to do right now. As a starter, you can't hand the ball back until you've gone 5 innings minimum. 6 would be really nice. And the way you do that is to throw strikes and pitch to contact. All right? That's what you do. You can't be afraid to pitch to contact right now if you're a Texas Tech pitcher. I'd rather give up a first pitch fastball single than an 8-pitch walk. People were driving about all the double plays last week, whenever it was it Kansas with the big night of double plays? Nobody ever complained about that when Shane Wright was doing that, scattering 10 hits around during a complete game and picking up several double plays. Now, never 7 in a 9-inning game. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Nobody, all of a sudden, double plays were bad last week. Where did this come from? Much rather see that than the extended pitch count walk. We are live at Bull of the Woods in Red River, New Mexico, just down the street from Loose West Hotel and Condominium. They're booking up for the summer right now, so you need to get in. If you're planning a trip, let me tell you right now, if you're thinking about coming up to Red River for 4th of July this year, you need to be making those reservations right around now. You're not going to be able to wake up in late June and make that back. Donald, our man Donald on Facebook, where are our Twitter people today? We always have huge numbers on Twitter. You guys keep quiet on Twitter. Jump in there, get your comments posted. We want to hear from you. Donald, Tech very streaky, win 2 out of 3. If you take 2 out of 3 from Oklahoma, again, I think you're doing okay. Your RPI is not going to shoot up tremendously, so don't. If you get 2 out of 3, your RPI is probably going to be around 30. Remember, they're coming in at 28. There's not a lot to gobble up anymore on the RPI. This week and next week, that's it. Oklahoma State is only at 25. That's the best RPI in the Big 12 right now. If you were going on the RPI, Big 12 doesn't deserve a host team this year. They'll probably get one. I think if it's Oklahoma State, they'll probably get one just because it's the Big 12. But if you look at the resumes that have been put together, they don't add up. And it's a weird year in this league. Some teams you thought were going to be really good have turned out to be really average. Or let's say very good. You know, people going in thought TCU was going to be a very good baseball team. Under Kirk Sarloos, there's this little slide going on right now. There are whispers. And Fort Worth, whispers that he might not actually be the guy that they needed to replace Schlossnagle with. As Schlossnagle continues to elevate Texas A&M. Texas was supposed to be a very good baseball team this year. They have not translated into that at this time. Texas Tech, about where most people thought in the preseason predictions, a little bit below, but not a tremendous amount. This was not a team that anybody thought was going to go off and win the Big 12 this year, compete for a Big 12 championship. And as you go into the weekend, you look at the records, OU's 15-6, Oklahoma State 14-7. The league goes on winning percentages. Let's remember that if we lose any games to weather the next 2 weekends, they will not be made up. It's just impossible logistically to do it. So the Sooners, even after losing 3 straight, and 2 in conference play, they're still the statistical leader at 714. That's a good baseball number, isn't it? 714. That's also the badge number for Sergeant Joe Friday, in case you didn't know that. You know why? Big Babe Ruth fan. OU 14-7, 667 along with West Virginia. Why won't West Virginia go away in the standings? What do we have to do? They're one of the big plus side stories this year. Texas at 619, then Kansas 571, Cincinnati 524, and Tech, you're right back at 500. 12-12. The 30 wins help. You could conceivably, in my opinion, get another another 5, get 35, and then maybe win a game or two. 37 would be the most I think you could end up with before the NCAA tournament. You're not going to see them go there. David Collier, KMAC 28 sports director. He directs the sports in a manner of his choosing at a time and place of his choosing, checking in. I apologize, David. I texted you earlier while you were actually on the air. And for the first time in a long time, I actually get to watch David Collier on TV now as we've switched our providers. Interesting. I can feel Texas and TCU's gain. I went into the year thinking I was going to finish much better than I have. Still some more ball left to play. That's right. And congratulations on 3 months on the radio back home. You're having a great run over there on the end of the warm bench or something. Damon Pete Malloy 744, Jim Reed 2430. The Rand Damon Kelly numerical references tonight, which we appreciate that. Ooh, all right. I don't know if y'all can hear the background music. Cars moving in stereo. What movie? What great 1980s movie? Cars moving in stereo. Give me the movie. Give me the actress involved in the scene. I think it's been 4 months, but who's counting? Apparently nobody when we get right down to it. So what do you guys think Tech will do this weekend? Or do you think this thing turns out? If you don't win the series, if Texas Tech does not win the series, I'm prepared to come out Sunday night. It'll be a late in the evening Diamond Talk. And we'll have Diamond Talk for you Saturday, either here at the Bull or down at Lifts West or something. We will have Diamond Talk. But and maybe by then, we could possibly know by then. Thank you very much, Donald. If the die has been cast. I'm prepared to say if they don't win the series, I don't think this team, I don't think they're going to get an invite. Nah, well, Jennifer Jason Lee, hi there. But it's Phoebe Cates, red bikini. So, D1 has us going to Tallahassee as a 3. Is that updated this week? Was that? I looked yesterday or whenever, and I didn't see the update. What's today? Is today Thursday? I thought they updated it on Wednesday. I apologize if I didn't catch the update this week. And I hadn't had time, breezing into town, photo finish, and tell you a story here in a minute about one of the reasons why I had to photo finish to get set up over here. 3-seat to Tallahassee. There are worse things. Obviously, the Martin family is gone, and they have strung together a nice, very nice year. I shouldn't say nice, very nice year, trying to get some things going. Saw it this morning. So maybe it is updated today. Good on them. Thank you, Kendall Rogers. I'd take that deal right now because it means you're not going at day and in. The people at Tallahassee don't got no hate for you, other than you ended the career of Mike Martin Sr. in 2019 there at the College World Series. Maybe they've forgotten about that. Boy, I'd love to get a home and home with those people going. Get them to Danlaw Field. They don't have to leave. They don't have to go anywhere. They've got great weather. That's part of the problem with the really good teams. They're kind of like you. They're not northern teams hunting early season series, just trying to get games in. People forget that. Don't forget that. We also saw today, let's see, other news and notes. We talked yesterday about the 10 and the SEC looking at creating basically what would unionize the players who play in their league. That's really what it boils down to. If you're the Big 12, you've got to do the same thing. And I would suggest working with the SEC and the ACC, if they'll let you, and get in their league. Now, again, we're not playing each other, but we're going to have a standard union contract that revolves around all these. This can be done. But if they don't want to play, then get with the ACC, and we'll have an ACC Big 12 standard contract that will be collectively bargained. If you go to one of those schools, you have to become a union member. As much as I detest that, and we are in a right-to-work state, but if you're a Dallas Cowboy and a Houston Texan, Texas Ranger, Houston Astro, Dallas Star, San Antonio Spur, you live in a right-to-work state, but you have to belong to the Players Association in order to sign a union collectively bargain agreement. I'm hoping that the Big 12 and Brett Yarmark, who not just is intrigued by 76 teams and a couple of trombones in the NCAA tournament, is actively looking at this, and I hope he is having conversations with the SEC and the Big Ten about, we can all do this together, can't we? We can. Because a collective bargain agreement would trump the NCAA portal. You signed a 2-year deal. You sign a 2-year deal. You can be a restricted free agent or unrestricted free agent. What it will not do, though, let's all remember, it won't stop NIL any more than the Players Association and the NFL Players Association union contract with the NFL stops Patrick Mahomes from going out and getting his own deal with Head and Shoulders and Coors Light and State Farm and everything else. Let's not conflate these two. And some people may say, then what's the point? And I go, well, it'll allow you to continue to have college football for another 20 years, maybe 15 years, 10 years. Baseball, what do you think Tech will do this weekend? If they don't win the series, do you think they're done? Does it come down to that? Oh, and UGA, Kirby Hoke. I knew I was going to do it. Kirby get $13 million. So yeah, I've traveled a wee bit over the decades. First started traveling around in the literally the late 80s, 1990, covering Texas Tech sports. 89-90, first season going on the road covering Tech sports. I just saw about an 8-year-old boy walking down the street in a coonskin cap. Life is beautiful in Red River at Bull of the Woods. That is epic, young man. Sister with him and dad carrying a bucket of something. It's great. Nice. That was awesome. I'm sorry I was distracted by that. My point being, I've traveled for a long time. Now, I haven't been traveling, like, say, with Lady Raider basketball or Tech baseball in a few years, but still travel. You get used to it. And I pride myself on being able to get ready fairly quickly, do what I need to do, get out the door with my bag, and we're good. This morning was an absolute crap fest. Between the dogs, 2 cats, the trash that I did not get out and left in the kitchen. It just not efficient at all in gathering things up. So I got, my shaving kit and everything in there ready to go, got it ready, set it there, and this afternoon as I was arriving into town, my wife kind enough to text me a picture of my shaving kit on the kitchen sink counter and bathroom. I have not done that in 30 years. I have literally not left town without shaving kit. Now, I have left town with different items that I needed, like maybe I didn't have shampoo or deodorant or toothpaste or something. But I lived by the adage that you can basically buy anything you need when you get there, within reason. I'd like to thank my friends at Dare Mart, the grocery store here in town. Thank you, Dare Mart, for allowing me to go over there this afternoon. And I'm checking out, and I got like a hairbrush, toothbrush, deodorant, hairspray, comb, and he couldn't help it. I knew it was coming. And the cashier, so we forget a few things today? Nope, just ran out of them all at once. Thank you. Here's your sign. I have never done that. Gotten out of town. We came up here one time years ago, and for some reason, no underwear. Socks, shirts, all the other clothes, no underwear. You can buy that here too if you need to. Let's see. Unconnected. I like the Donald Hunt there with your autocorrect. So Tallahassee, Florida State Tech, Florida A&M, and UConn. What was it? We saw UConn was at Florida last year, and they played Tech non-conference in Lubbock a few years ago. I'd take it right now. Mark says Bull on the Run, Bull of the Woods, Band on the Run, Bull on the Run, Bull of the Woods, great Bloody Marys. Yeah, they have a Bloody Mary bar on Sundays. Highly recommend it. David, ask the people if they serve the Chilton. It's a Chilton with a hot dog straw. That scares you. Yeah, you can get a Chilton here. I believe my wife has had a few over the decades here. Danny, dang, I traveled to the wrong Mexico mountains today. There's no Bull of the Woods in Ruidosa. Yeah, I hate to hear that, but there is Farley's. And you can't go wrong at Farley's. We did the show at Farley's, the old Williams and Hyatt show, several times over the years. They actually had one of my show sheets up there over the bar for years. The Chiliton. Oh, I get it now. This is stuff Collier can't do on TV. All right. The remainder of the show belongs to you on the comments. Our Twitter friends, jump in. Let us know you're out there. Questions and comments, you can hit us up on Twitter, or you can hang out with us and get your comments in here. See in there. Got Jacob on Twitter. He's all over it, but, you know, he's not getting in on the we use a third-party streaming application called StreamYard, so it funnels everything here. But I think there's been a problem with the Twitter comments coming in, and I apologize for that. You can hit me on Twitter, questions, comments, at Ryan Hyatt Media, obviously. But you know, YouTube, Facebook, no problem. But here within the last 2 weeks, it seems like it's been real hit and miss. I apologize if you're commenting on Twitter and we're not seeing it. I don't want that to be the case. Anaheim Jacks. I hope that's an Anaheim pepper. Do you hoe fishing while you're there? I'll just let that one sit there for a minute, everybody, and remind you that I'm a happily married man. Can StreamYard funnel toiletries to God? Those folks need to quit using Twitter and try X. I apologize. Old habits die hard. I don't know what Elon wants me to call it. X, Twitter X, the X Files. You tell me. Autocorrect is fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to hang out with Jeff Fagan. He's a great fly fishing guide up here. Shout out Chad Hasty back in the late fall. I can't remember when he went fishing with Jeff Fagan. We're going to get together tomorrow or Saturday. This is when all the high melt runoff is, so it's not the easiest time of year to fish. And you can't get to the high mountain lakes that I really love. Middle Fork, Lost Lake, Horseshoe, any of those. Goose is cool to go see. Goose, there's not great fishing at Goose, but you obviously can't get there right now. So it kind of limits your options. Long story short, I didn't bring a fly rod or anything. So if we do anything, he's going to have to rod me up, and we'll go from there. So we'll see. I don't know. It's a very quick trip in and out today. Yeah, everybody loved the autocorrect. So did you leave a few things at home? Nope. I want double of everything, just in case. You never know what's going to happen when you come to the mountains. I texted Collier, if there's any news and notes that I had missed while driving today coming up here. And I'm going to assume for now that we have the same rotation with Free, Robinson, and then here. If that was discussed at Tim Tadlock's deal, Tadlock discussing, he's got a good relationship with OU coach Skip Johnson that he thinks we can talk about playing baseball. That'd be cool to continue, and that's one that I wouldn't mind if they wanted to do instead of home and home. If you wanted to do that in Hodgetown and do a Tuesday Wednesday deal in Amarillo, I could get behind that. If you're going to play a non-conference game somewhere other than the Law. Everybody I talked to that went to that a few years ago said it was really cool. So, Danny hates autocorrect. Gonna get me killed. Always changes wife to wide. I'll change stuff, things that I don't ever recall ever really typing in. But yeah, you never know what's gonna happen. We're here in Red River. We'll be broadcasting here today, tomorrow, Saturday. We'll have Diamond Talk Saturday. No Diamond Talk Friday night, but we will have a daily broadcast, and we might start a little bit early and do it before the Tech game or maybe right during, I don't know, during the early stages. Just kind of depends on what kind of mood we're in. Island Tech taking 2 of 3. And I think if they take 2 of 3, it's come first 2 games. It will be nice if the bats will come around. We've talked about the road-home discrepancy. Even the other night against UT Rio Grande Valley, they were 0 of 6 with the runner in scoring position. You had the 4 home runs, 2 there by Gavin Cash. So it wasn't just an absolute panacea that everything was perfect. Thoughts on men's basketball for the portal? Call me when it's over. What was it? Now I can't remember the kid's name. Hold on just a second. The one they picked up. Nah, I don't have it in front of me. Ewing, something like that. I've been total baseball this week. Tertiary paying attention to it. So we'll see. Football guy says 2 of 3 is bad. Don, I'll do a deeper dive on basketball tonight, and we can talk some basketball tomorrow when we finish up the week. Anymore, though, I don't think you're going to see rosters rounded out well into May and into the summer. That's just going to be the case. So, do we like what they've done so far? I guess. I don't know. I guess we like what, call me when they get here. Call me when they play. That's all I ask. Get old, stay old. You do that, I think you're going to be okay. I promise, Donald, I will turn my attention fully. No, I will not turn my attention fully. I will turn my attention more to Tech basketball for you tomorrow. Danny Hendry, football guy, 2 of 3 is bad. Horrible. 2 of 3 is horrible. Can't even sweep at home. What's wrong with you? What the Rangers do today? I hadn't been paying attention to that either. We have afternoon baseball today with the Rangers, or was I dreaming that too? I don't want NBA scores. I want Major League Baseball scores. The Rockies losing 5-4 today. Yankees and Orioles. It's Orioles 7-2. The Mets came back and beat the Cubs 7-6. Giants over the Red Sox 3-1. And your Texas Rangers shut out the Washington Nationals 6-0 today. How about that? Nathan Eovaldi, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, and 7 walks. That dog will hunt. Quietly go do your thing, Rangers. There you go. Oh, they won, but Eovaldi got hurt. What the hell happened to Eovaldi? Did he leave the game under duress? Will Josh Young get his spot back healthy? Yes. Yes, he will. No questions asked. Young will get his spot back. So what happened to Eovaldi before we get out of here? Hammy or a groin, neither one of those things do you really want to happen to you in a negative fashion. And it's always only a negative fashion, isn't it really? But we're all just day to day. Be a complete game for Nolan Ryan, yeah? Oh, no, I thought it was the same kid who was walking around earlier with the coonskin cap on. Different kid. But this one going by, I like it. We got 2 brothers in Bass Pro Shops hats. This is awesome. I love it. The things you see sitting at the Bull looking at the window in early May. Great time to be up here. If you like it when it's a little slower, not everything's open, obviously. If you just want to hang out and chill, and come to the Bull for steak night on Thursday, Taco Tuesday, which ironically enough is on Tuesday. What the hell were the odds of that? Y'all come up here. I want to thank Lifts West putting us up while we're here. It's our home away from home when we're here for Raiderland. Call Billy, get your reservations made, and get ready for all that. Don't tell football guy about the Rangers record this year. Yeah. All right, we're going to shut it down tonight. We had fun. We appreciate everybody jumping in. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Remember, on the website tomorrow, theraiderland.com, tell us the most Texan thing you have done this week. It's going to be hanging out here in Red River for a couple of days. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors like the Shropshire Agency, independent, just like you. Give them a call and see what they can do for your business. And then, of course, Boot City, one money-saving mile outside the West Loop on 19th Street. All of our Western wear apparel, Wood, and all the good people there at Woods Boot City taking care of us. And nobody talks to us if United Supermarkets doesn't make it happen. So So thank you to Mark Street and everybody else down there. Hasta la vista, Danny, or Damon. Appreciate you jumping on. Appreciate everybody conversating. It's steak night at the Bull. We'll see you tomorrow.